Welcome to Genesis Learning. I'm your trainer Noel, and today we are going to take a look at the IELTS reading. And more specifically, we are going to look at one of the 11 question types in the IELTS, which is identifying the information type of question. This is also a question which is very confusing, and some of them just popularly call it the true, false, not given kind of question. I know some people might find this quite difficult, but today I'm going to give you some of the top strategies that we have used in our institute so that even you can get a fantastic score in the IELTS reading. Let's start learning. Welcome back. So the true, false, not given kind of question requires you to identify if a particular information in a text or a passage is true or not. Okay, you will be given a number of factual statements and you have to check the text to see if they are true or not. This is probably one of the most difficult question types in the reading paper. And if you want to know anything about this particular task, then please, or the other task, check out my other video where I go into detail. Let's dive into a bit more about this kind of question. The most important thing to remember is that words, what do these following words actually mean? True, false, not given. What is the actual meaning of these words? Let me break it down in a very simple fashion. If the text agrees with or confirms the information in the statement, then the answer is true. If the text contradicts or is the opposite of the information in the statement, then the answer is, that's right, false. If there is no information or it is impossible to know, then obviously the answer is not given. That's right. So true means that the meaning is exactly the same. It is just if the information is kind of same or kind of similar, then it is not true, but it can be a false. Okay, a lot of students go through this kind of difficulty where they think if it is kind of similar, then it has to be a true. But please don't fall for that trap, because that will cost you some good dear marks. And also, just because an answer is not given does not mean that there are no words in the statements that actually match the words in the text. Trust me, it is sometimes quite confusing. So be careful when you do it. Let's now jump into the strategies. The first one is keep your eye on the text only. Ignore anything you already know about the topic and don't make unnecessary assumptions. Base your answers purely based on that text or that passage that is given to you. The second is read the question first and underline the key information. You see, the first thing to do before looking at that passage or the text is to look at your set of questions that are given or the statements for the true, false, not given. Scan each statement and underline the key words in each of these which you think will be important. Keywords can be simple facts like, say for example, name, place, some figures, or something that will help you to understand the focus of the question. Basically, something like a noun, a verb, or an adjective. The third strategy is to scan the text for keywords. You see, when you have underlined your keywords and information, then what you have to do is quickly jump to that passage and have a quick scan to find the same words or words that have a similar meaning. These are called synonyms. You don't have to actually read that entire passage. The fourth one is, whether you like it or not, all three of these answers will be present. If you don't have at least one true or false or at least one not given, then there is something wrong somewhere. In majority of the cases, you will have all three of them. Before we jump into the next few points, if you have got some value out of this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button. Let's jump into the fifth one, and that is read only what is necessary. Don't skim and scan that entire text to find the answer. You will have to only read the appropriate part of the text very carefully in order to understand what the author actually means. The sixth one is focus on the meaning. Don't look for words that exactly match those in the statements. You should always keep your eyes open for synonyms. Remember that you are matching meaning, not words. The seventh one is not given can actually work sometimes. If you can't find the information you're looking for, then the answer might actually be not given. Please don't waste your precious time looking for something that is actually not there. If you have no idea what the answer is, then just guess and write a not given. Because the IELTS doesn't have negative marking, and if you're lucky, you can actually get that mark. The next thing to remember is the answers always follow the same order, which means to say answers always happen in the same order they appear in the text. Do not waste time to go back. Okay, let me give you an example. If you've got a statement 1, 2 and 3, and say suppose you've got 3 paragraphs 1, 2 and 3, the answer to the first statement will usually be in that first paragraph, and it will not go to the third paragraph. Okay, and the next one, oh but wait a minute, if you are still not part of our YouTube community, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and stay connected. The ninth one that you should think about, or the ninth strategy, is please don't linger around. Don't waste too much time on one question. If you can't find that answer, just put a small asterisk sign and come back to it later. Or if you're just not getting it, write a not given and move on. Don't waste your time. And the last and the most important point is transfer carefully. If the question is, it's definitely true, false, not given, write a true, false or not given and not a yes, no or a not given. Even if your answer might be correct, you will not get your mark. Brilliant. So that's all for today, and if you want to learn anything more or if you're serious about your goals and want to get that high score in IELTS, get in touch with us by logging on to our website or by dropping your contact details in the contact form right below so that we can get in touch with you. If you have any further doubts, feel free to even drop your comments in this particular video. And if you found this video informative, please feel free to share it with all your friends. Till we meet again, this is your tutor Noel, wishing you a fantastic week ahead. Ciao.